The unknown journey of human civilization. Time, like an invisible river, which has carried away thousands of years of stories. Today, we will go back to the past, where man was just a creature struggling to survive. And from there began the extraordinary journey of human civilization. Welcome to another new video of Mysteries World. Ancient human life. About 200,000 years ago, a new chapter began on Earth, the emergence of modern humans. The world at that time was a dangerous and unknown place. Dense forests, ferocious animals, and constant dangers lurking around. Humans had not yet built any civilization. There were no cities, no safe havens. Dark, cold, and damp caves were their only homes. They spent the night inside those caves and tried to keep the fierce hunters away by lighting fires. Every day of their lives was a war. They had to hunt for food and collect fruits, roots, and water to survive. They had no modern weapons, only simple tools made of stone and bone were their only hope. They did not know what the future held, nor did they know whether they would be alive tomorrow at all. Still, they did not stop. Each morning would begin with a new struggle to survive, because for them, the greatest truth was only one. Today we have to live, no matter what. The agricultural revolution. But over time, everything started to change. About 10,000 years ago, humans discovered a new way, how to cultivate the soil, how to grow crops from seeds. This was the biggest turning point in human history, the agricultural revolution. Before that, humans were nomads, moving from one place to another in search of food. But after the discovery of agriculture, everything changed. Humans started living permanently for the first time. Small settlements began to develop along the rivers, along the fertile land, which gradually took the form of villages. With food security, stability, security, and the opportunity to plan came to people's lives. And right from there began the formation of society, the division of labor, and gradually the first civilizations were born. This change in the history of mankind did not only change the way of life, it created the foundation of our world today. Because from that moment on, humans fought just to survive, but instead started building his own future. Ancient civilizations. After the agricultural revolution, a new era began in human life. One by one, great civilizations began to emerge, which changed the course of human history. Ancient Egypt, a mysterious civilization that arose on the banks of the Nile River, where people built huge pyramids, which still stand today as a symbol of their knowledge and skill. Mesopotamia, the land that was born between two rivers, where people first learned to write, and the first script in human history was created. Ancient Greece, where people not only learned to live, but also learned to think. The seeds of philosophy, science, and democracy were planted here. And Rome, a vast empire which took law, architecture, and governance to new heights. These civilizations did not just build cities and structures, they built a new world of knowledge, culture, and thought. People were no longer just living. He wasn't fighting, he was learning, he was creating, he was moving forward on the path of progress. And it is this progress that has created the foundation of today's modern world. Middle Ages. Another new chapter in history began, the Middle Ages. This was a time of kings, wars, and empire expansion. Powerful kings fought each other to increase their dominance. The world at that time was filled with the high walls of castles, the clang of swords, and the smoke of war. But one side of this era was covered in darkness. People died by the thousands from deadly diseases. Poverty and illiteracy were the daily companions of the common people. In many places, knowledge was limited, and fear and superstition controlled people's lives. Still, not everything was dark. It was during this time that new lights of knowledge, science, and culture shone in some regions of the world. Through new discoveries, literary practice, and the spread of education, people were gradually advancing. The Middle Ages were formed in this mixture of darkness and light, a time where people struggled on one hand, and on the other hand, they paved the way for the future. Because this, lost within the era, was the beginning of the next great change. Industrial Revolution. In the 18th century, the world faced another huge change. It began the Industrial Revolution. The way people had been working for centuries, suddenly, everything started to change. Machine began to replace manual labor. A machine could now do the work of a few people. Factories began to be built one after another, the sky filled with smoke, and production increased many times more than ever before. People from the countryside began to rush to the cities in search of work in the hope of a new life. As a result, small towns quickly turned into big cities, and cities became the centers of industry and economy. This change did not only change the way people worked, it changed the entire social system, the economy, and even the way people lived. For the first time, people understood technology is not just a machine, it is a force that can change the entire world. And relying on that force, human civilization moved forward into the modern era, towards the era. Modern age. Today we live in the modern age, where the internet has connected people's lives to each other, artificial intelligence has opened up new possibilities, and space travel has shown that we are not limited to the Earth alone. Technology, science, discoveries, everything seems to have made the impossible possible. Cities and towns are no longer just places to live. They have now become centers of knowledge, innovation, and communication. However, hidden within this progress is an important question. Where is the end of this journey? How far can humanity go? Will we cross all limits, or will some obstacles remain invisible? One truth is certain: humans are no longer just for survival. We are learning, creating, discovering, and constantly touching new horizons. This is the greatness of the modern age, an era that is not the end, but rather the beginning of a new chapter. From caves to space, this journey of humanity is truly amazing, but it is not the end. It is just the beginning, because the history of the future is being written, ours. So friends, to watch such unusual and interesting mystery and romance videos, subscribe to the Mysteries World channel now and press the bell icon next to it. If you like the video, you can like it. So friends, that's all for today's program. See you in the next video. Until then, stay well.